Hey YouTube, Sean, Lessons Over Dummies. Different one today. I posed this question to Rune a little while ago about the farting that happens in an HDR50 when you completely remove the restrictor, and whether a longer barrel would mitigate that problem. And he did test it. Off the top of my head, I can't remember which barrel he used. It was a Home Defense 24 tuning barrel with an extension, but I can't recall what extensions he used. So I'm going to test that today. I'm going to use 12.5 millimeter, 8 gram steel balls. Previous testing, actually this is a very good point, no. Previous testing with an aluminum barrel, with just the factory barrel and the restrictor removed, HDR, it farted. And the farting were, it's a term that just came to be. The farting essentially is the bolts stuttering, the air pressure that is trying to fill or refill your chamber is too great for the bolt spring to overcome. So what happens, instead of that bolt sliding back and locking into your sear, it goes, or more like, if we want to call it that. So the idea behind a longer barrel is that it is more difficult for that bolt to push the air, the CO2, down the barrel. And the longer the barrel, the more compression it's making, so to speak. Which in turn causes the bolt to rebound faster or harder, depends on how you look at it. So, well, will it fart with a standard tuning barrel and no restrictor? So I will remove the restrictor right now. Up until this point, well, that is a factory restrictor, it's undrilled. I'll plop a new CO2 in there. All right, just the tuning barrel alone. Will it fart? Farts. Well, that is a quick waste of CO2. Fresh CO2, fresh magazine. Tuning barrel extension. So this would be the extension that comes with the barrel. These tests are happening back to back, so let's not maybe pay as much attention to the velocity. I'm going to chrono it anyways, but this is more to understand how much length we need if you want to run a double delete, an open valve essentially. Nope, still farted. All right, so we're going to install the sniper extension. This should be just a little bit longer than the extension that comes with the tuning barrel. Not by much. Not by much at all. Well, actually, you know what? I would consider this barrel here. So, yeah, it's probably an inch longer. There we go. For reference, that was with the extension that comes. Fingers are in the way again. Extension that comes with your tuning barrel. 174. It almost seems like it's getting worse. Okay, well, let's keep going. This is the sniper extension. Tuning barrel, sniper extension, tuning barrel extension. Getting kind of long in the tooth, but It may serve a purpose if you're building for a more of a rifle platform and you're going for power. If it farts on this one, guys, I think I'll just call it there. And I'll have to drill the restrictor. This was mainly, to satisfy my own curiosity. Because if I want to build a longer platform, maybe I was just gonna run it without the restrictor, but it's not looking good so far. Getting a little frosty. I'll show you guys my bucket of CO2s that's been emptied multiple times already this year.
Currently it's full of mostly 16 gram CO2s.
For anybody who thinks that, I don't know, what does anybody think really? But CO2s cost money and you end up going through a lot of them when you're doing dumb stuff like this. Okay, tuning barrel, sniper barrel. Tuning barrel extension. Ain't happening. It just ain't happening. Well, let's go for broke. I said I was gonna call it at that, but why? Why bother? I've come this far. Prove myself wrong. So these are like full length. These are longer than the sniper extension that I previously showed. Okay, so tuning barrel, sniper extension. This is also a sniper extension. This is like, it just says sniper extension, but it's like the extra long version. You can see there. So, let's put it on. Tuning barrel extension. I am shooting 12.5 millimeter steel balls. Would your projectile make a difference? It absolutely could. So take this with a grain of salt, guys. Like, as I've said a million times, there are so many variables. I can't test for all of them. I test what I'm kind of thinking in my head about my build moving forward. I wish I could test for everything, but it would be near impossible, all the combinations, especially when you can start doing stuff like this. You gotta be honest, if this farts, just drill your restrictor. Don't be a stubborn mule like me. Bordering on ridiculous now, but you know, the appropriate covers on there or hand guards, it can be made to look like something useful. Gotta start shooting from the hip here. Well, less fart, but it's still farted. Okay, I gave up drilling the restrictor. It is. Guys, do I even have to mention that adding that amount of barrels is suitable for CO2? Nah, not whatsoever. This is merely a CO2 test, not a power test. Testing for a restrictorless operation, nothing more. Save those comments for when I really do screw up.